Mauro Icardi. Inter have been trying to shift him all summer long. Finally, at the last second, it happened to be playing for PSG next year. Give us the details.
Yeah, and apparently, I mean, Inter are delighted that he's gone. It's a remarkable story how it panned out, but in the end, he's moving to Paris Saint-Germain. It's a one-year loan deal. There's an option to buy at the end of it, round about 65, 70 million. Icardi himself is getting a bump for one season. And on top of that, he also got a contract extension with Inter out of it. Obviously, the condition with that being they didn't want to leave him with 12 months left, and then they'd have very little leverage. I don't know. Inter really wanted him gone. He's gone now. I don't know that you got what kind of value you got back for a guy who until not that long ago was an 80, 100 million euro player. As for Paris Saint-Germain, there's another body in the mix, Cavani getting older, and I think that was their thinking.
Frank, you're right there in Paris. Give us your initial reaction to getting the man who was top scorer for 2 seasons in Serie A.
We're naturally very pleased with the move. I mean, he's a fantastic player. Yeah, he had problems last year. He didn't play a lot the past 6 months, but I think he has the talent to please all Paris Saint-Germain fan. He scored, as you just said, many goals in the Serie A. He has a temper. I think he's very hungry. He's very angry. He's gonna show everything he has to show to please the fans and to score goals. He's gonna be served by a fantastic players like Di Maria, Verratti and some others. He's going to work hard to keep his place when Cavani is going to come back. So it's going to be interesting to see him coming back at the top level if he can, but I'm pretty confident that he would.
A lot of goals, Craig, a lot of baggage too.
Well, I was going to say that's there's no doubt in the talent, and particularly that they've got a front four now that they can rotate, but there lies the problem, the word rotation. Here's a guy who, if he doesn't play, isn't going to take kindly to that, and he does come with a lot of baggage. Now, there is already a guy there with a lot of baggage that they didn't get rid of, that they wanted to get rid of. So, you know, whilst they have a plethora of fantastic attacking players, keeping them all happy and getting the balance right is going to be a big problem.
Let's have a look at what a possible PSG starting 11 might look like. Julien Laurent put this together for us just before the confirmation Icardi he has on the bench, but obviously some fine attacking options even beyond those front four. Stevie, looking at that starting 11 and the options on the bench, is this a team that could challenge for the Champions League? Seriously?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because they still have the same problem. You look at the back line. There's never been a problem with them going forward. And they've actually got themselves on a couple of occasions in positions where they should not have been knocked out. But because of what they've going on at the back, then they end up getting knocked out. Navas, yes, makes them better. But tell you what, Marquinhos, I mean, Di Maria always disappears on the big stage in the Champions League. I'm sorry, I don't see how defensively they cope with the better teams.
So, Frank, maybe questions remaining, but for you, is Icardi the missing piece, the piece to get them over that Champions League line?
Well, I think Paris Saint-Germain has to stop thinking that they can win the Champions League, because they finished the last 3 times, being out after during the last 16th. So they have to really think that they can reach maybe the semi-final, go step by step, and work hard, to get better. But when you have the example of Marseille in the 90s, working hard for like 10 years to get something in the Champions League, Chelsea as well, Manchester City is still fighting to get something in the Champions League. I mean, you have to be patient when you are a club starting a new era from 2011. And they have to, I think, recycle also the players. Stevie was mentioning Di Maria, but also Marquinhos, but you can add also Thiago Silva and some others. I think you maybe need to regenerate some other players to maybe get into another level, and maybe then think that you can win the Champions League. But it's going to be hard, and we all know that you have like 4-5 teams we can win it, and it's always the same for the past 5 years, except Liverpool, but it was Real Madrid for the past 3 times. So it's complicated to win the Champions League and say, oh, it's my goal. It's you have to be very vain for that. So you have to calm down and think step by step.
Yeah, but what do you think? Because we're still not sure what version of Neymar we're going to get either for PSG.
I mean, look, it's about depth, right? Out of those 4, especially with Cavani being older, somebody's going to sit out once in a while. Neymar's gotten hurt the last 2 years, missed the end of the season. I think you would rather have Icardi as an option than Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting, with all due respect. Obviously, there's also Sarabia in the mix as well. I'm not as down on the defending as Stevie is. Evidently, I have a much higher opinion of Marquinhos than he does. But I think they're also out of depth with Diallo. Kimpembe is going to get better when he's fit. I don't think the defense is necessarily the problem. I think the problem, more simply, was look at the way they went out.
Little
the last
problem
2 years.
against Barcelona, Gab. Just to mention it, one game.
They were 4-0 up from the first leg.
Yeah. So when you get knocked out by losing 5 or 6, I think defending's a problem. No. With the same guys.
It wouldn't have been a problem.
With Marquinhos,
It wouldn't have been
Thiago
a problem
Silva.
if
It's the same defenders.
they scored
so
more.
how do you expect them to get any better? Do the maths.
I mean,
you score 4 and lose more than 4, you're out. And that's down to your defence, not your attack. Pretty simple.
I think they'll find they've added Diallo, they've added Kimpembe. Marquinhos, I think, is an exceptional defender. Thiago Silva might have had a bad game against Barcelona 2 years ago, but week in, week out, he brings a lot of experience. Look around at these teams who beat them. Look around who's in central defence for them.
Yeah,
whether it's Piqué, whether it's Umtiti, whether it's Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, Thiago Silva was fantastic against Rennes and all these teams. He was great. And Guingamp. But unfortunately, he picked a bad night against Barcelona.
Craig, what do you think? Can Icardi help them get over the line? Can he be a difference maker in the Champions League?
No.
No?
No. I mean, as Frank rightly pointed out, it's a very high bar for the Champions League, and I don't think they're really that much closer. And it's all very well having depth. Gab mentioned depth, and depth is important, but you've got to have players that are buying into the depth. And we, as we say, what version of Neymar is coming back, it has to be a disgruntled one. We know Icardi will want to play, we know Cavani will want to play, and we know Mbappe will want to play. So even though it's a year's loan, which isn't a huge risk for PSG itself as a football club, it's a big challenge for Thomas Tuchel, the coach, and it could go either way for him.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.